Hi everyone, it's Jessie again, and I'm here with my roommate Rochelle. We're super sore from bar booty and bar arms that we did 2 days ago. Those videos are now up on our YouTube channel, so you can find those there. If you did them with us, you might be feeling a little sore too. So today we're just gonna take it easy and do some yin, really emphasizing hip stretches and shoulders. Hips and shoulders are one of those things that we don't get too much of in the Bikram sequence, so I really like to focus on them in yin. So usually in yin we'll use blocks or a blanket as a prop, but since we're at home and we don't have those things, we're just gonna use a pillow. So you can use a pillow, or if you have an extra blanket at home, you can use that as well. I just have basically a regular, just normal blanket. These will all work for props, and I'll show you how to use those as we go through class. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in a seated position in the middle of your mat. And if you have any back pain or super tight hips, take your pillow and you just place it right underneath of your hips. So this just helps tilt your pelvis a little bit forward, so your knees can relax and sit up nice and tall. We're just gonna take a couple deep breaths in and out through our nose. Close your eyes. In this class, in yin, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed the whole time. And as you breathe, I'll just talk a little bit about yin. So in this one, instead of engaging our big muscles like we do in a hatha practice, like a Bikram or a vinyasa, we're relaxing the muscles with an emphasis on stretching your joints, your fascia, the connective tissue around the joints. So it's super important, especially if you do a lot of Pilates or a lot of weight training, running. This is a really great class for that. If you have any injuries, I'll give you a couple modifications as we go through. Also in yin, one of the other big differences is that we hold the postures for a longer period of time. So it's about 2.5 to 5 minute hold for each posture. And so once you set it up, try not to go to your deepest point of the posture from the start. You want to give your body the space to open up with time. So gravity is going to carry your body down, allowing you to go deeper into your stretch. Once we get towards the end of the posture, that's when I'll make an announcement, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 3 breaths, something like that. And that's where you can release a prop that you're using, or maybe find your deepest point and just try to find a point of relaxation and stillness right there. Okay, so we'll turn on your Ujjayi breath. It's an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Very similar to pranayama breathing, Ujjayi breath is a constriction using the back of your throat. And in yin, I like to create a visualization. So I like to think of a circular flowing breath. Inhale through your nose, through the front of your chest. Feel your belly rise, pull belly in, all the way down to your pelvis. And as you exhale, breathe out the base of your tailbone all the way through the back of your spine, releasing out through the back of your neck. And try to maintain this visualization throughout class. Circular flowing breath will help you stay focused and grounded. On your next inhale, scrunch your shoulders all the way up to your ears, squeeze your shoulders tight. And as you exhale, roll your shoulder blades down your back and sit up even taller. Good, release tension in your shoulders. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, roll your shoulders forward and up to your ears. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders down your back, sit up nice and tall. 1 more time, inhale through the nose, scrunch your shoulders up, squeeze them tight. Exhale, roll your shoulders down. Good. On your next inhale, lengthen your neck all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. On this one, very common to let the shoulders scrunch. You want to relax them. So both shoulders just relax down towards the mat. And allow gravity to create the stretch down the left side of your neck. And you might be mirroring us, that's okay. I'll try to give you cueing for the let's cue the mirror version. So here you're probably breathing down the right side of your neck. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, take your left hand, place it on top of your right temple, and gently guide your head a little bit further over to the left. Again, sending your breath down the right side of your neck. Two more deep breaths. Gently release your head, roll your head back into the center, and then we'll switch sides. Inhale, lengthen the crown of your head all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, let your head fall to the right. Good, breathing down the left side of your neck. Relax your shoulders. Both shoulders hang heavy. And play around with the position of your chin. So sometimes it feels better to have it tilted a little up, maybe a little down. Just see what feels best for you. If you would like to deepen the stretch, take your right hand, place it on top of your left temple, and gently guide your head a little further to the right. We'll hold it here for 3 breaths. On your last exhale, gently release your head, roll it back into the middle, and then let's roll it side to side. Maybe some circles, yes and no, right and left. Just reset your neck. Good. Stop in the middle. And we're going to move next into a butterfly. So for the first one, we're going to do 2 different sets of this one. For the first one, have your heels in as close as you can to your pelvis. Let me scoot back a little bit. And again, if you have back pain, you're welcome to sit on your pillow. If you have knee issues and this really bothers your knees, you can take a pillow, maybe your other blanket, and place it right underneath so that your knees can rest on top of the pillow. All right, and sit up nice and tall. On your exhale, lean forward until you feel just a very gentle pull of your inner thighs and your inner hips. Some of you might be able to bring elbows down to the mat. If so, you can create a little pillow for your head. So place elbows down, head in your palms, just so that you can relax your neck. All right, so I mentioned earlier that we are not engaging muscles in this class. The only thing we're using is the core. So we're using your core strength to support your lower back in almost every posture in this class. And that's the only thing we're really engaging. So instead of pulling your body down and pushing with your elbows like we would in a vinyasa class, on this one, we're just gonna relax. Relax your toes, relax your knees, let your head be heavy, and just really suck your stomach in tight. And we're holding it here to open up your inner hips and inner thighs. And on this one, you can go back to that circular flowing breath, but let's reverse it this time. So as you inhale, breathe into the back of your spine, all the way down to your tailbone. And as you exhale, breathe through the front of your pelvis, all the way out through the back of your throat. So we've been in this position for about 2 minutes. You can take it further a couple different ways. Maybe your heels can go in closer to your body, or maybe you can walk your hands further over your feet, deeper towards the mat. And then we'll hold it here for just about 1 more minute. Really find your stillness. And just send your breath right into the inner thighs. Three more deep breaths. Find your deepest point and then just hold it there. Very, very slowly push yourself back up. All right, we're gonna keep our feet in the exact same position, but this time we're gonna bring our heels away from the body. So just scoot them out a little bit, but let your knees fall out. Inhale as you lift your chest, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold forward, head towards your toes. So this time you're gonna feel pull on the outer thigh out here. So if you're a little sore from the bar booty class, this is a really good one for you. Just hold it here with your toes relaxed and knees relaxed. Again, knee pain, use the pillow, maybe grab another pillow, place it right under your knees. Keep your stomach in, use a lot of core supporting your back. And come back to that Ujjayi breath, constriction through the back of your throat. We'll be here for about 1 more minute, so see if you can bring your chest a little more forward, head a little closer to your toes, and then just hold it there. On every exhale, imagine your heart melting down towards the floor. Three more deep breaths. Very, very slowly push yourself back up. Good, and then bring your hands to the back outer side of your knees. Push your feet together, and then gently close your knees in the middle. Let's extend our legs out and just wiggle them out a little bit, bringing some movement and blood flow back into your hips. Good. All right, we're gonna move next into baby pigeon and deer. And again, we call this a deer pose, similar to deer. So we're going to do mirrors. So for you, you're gonna bend the right knee in and left foot towards your outer hip. So your toes, if you're familiar with Bikram, you want your toes pointing straight back, just like fixed firm. Heel on the outside of your hip. This might be a challenge for some of you. If so, I'm gonna go reverse. You take the pillow, place it underneath of the bottom hip so that you can add a little bit of height so your hips will come up. Okay, so if you're able to do that, heel outside of hip, foot, your right foot is gonna be on the inside of your left thigh. All right, inhale as you lift your chest, and then exhale, walk your hands forward, fold over your right shin. So if you're using the pillow, looks like this underneath of your right hip. And then for some of you, your knee might be up pretty high. That's okay. You can also place another pillow under here as well, or stack a second pillow underneath of that hip. So your alignment is hip square. And it's okay if the left hip pops up a little bit. All right, then we're just gonna hold it here, breathing into the outer right hip. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. So if you can, maybe try releasing a prop. See how your hips feel, or walk your hands further and chest further down. Hold it here, 3 more deep breaths. And then very slowly push yourself back up. All right, to change, listen carefully. We don't want to just swing the legs out. We want to protect our knees. So we're going to roll over to the right hip, and then you can bring the left leg around. Good. Maybe shake it out a little bit, and then we'll switch sides. So this time, the right knee is going to bend towards your right hip. Remember, top of your foot flat. So this is also an ankle stretch. Top of your foot flat, toes are straight back. And then the left knee bends in, so left foot on the inside of your right thigh. And you can use your prop, place it underneath of your left hip if you need a little bit of height. And that'll help you keep your hips square as much as possible. All right, inhale as you lift your chest. And then exhale, just walk your hands forward till you feel a very slight pull right here in this outer hip and glute area. And the really cool thing about yoga in general, especially yin, is that you'll notice your body alignment. So almost every one of us is going to have one side more dominant than the other, one side tighter than the other, one side more flexible. Just be aware of that in your own body. And it's okay to modify with props. Always make sure that you're safe and you're paying attention to your body alignment. And the other cool thing, reason why I like having another student with me to show you is because everyone's body looks different. So what it looks like on me is not necessarily what it's going to look like on Rochelle. So this is a great example of a posture where we have totally different body structure and different flexibility. So don't be discouraged if this one is painful for you. You'll get there. Even if you're just sitting here, that's okay. As long as you feel a little stretch of the outer hip, you're doing something and you're moving your body, you're opening up with time, patience, and practice. Okay, so let's hold it here for about 1 more minute. Three more deep breaths. If you can find your deepest point, bring your chest a little closer to the mat. very slowly push yourself up. All right, we're gonna roll over to the left hip. Extend the right leg out. And again, move around your legs. Wiggle them out, bring some blood flow back to your hips. All right, we'll move next into a caterpillar pose. Again, we call it caterpillar, but it's basically just a simple forward fold. So you can grab your blanket or pillow. I really like this one because it's a relaxing posture and you can hold it for a really long time. So it's different than Padahastasana and Bikram. We're not pulling on your toes, we're not flexing your feet, we're not engaging the muscles. All we're doing, we're just sitting down on our hips with your tailbone back. So same thing, you want to scoot your hips back a little bit, pelvis is tilted forward. Inhale as you lift your chest, and then exhale, just gently walk your hands forward until you feel a very slight pull around the back side of the knees, back side of your legs. And we're using the pillow to relax. If you have another pillow, you want to use it for your head, just place your head down on the pillow. If you have it for your chest, that's a great option too. You can, again, rest your head in your hands so your head can relax. As long as you feel a little pull in the back of your legs, you're doing it correctly. Relax your toes, stomach in. We are in a forward fold, so you want to use your core to support your back. And then we just hold it here. This one you can hold for 5 minutes, maybe more if you feel like you need it. Some of us are sore, so we probably need it longer. And that's the other interesting part about yin. When I first started practicing yin and teaching yin, it was a huge challenge coming from the Bikram practice and vinyasa, where the teacher is verbally guiding you through almost every single move in class. In yin, there's a lot of silence. It's a lot of stillness with your own thoughts. And so that can be really challenging at first if you're not used to it, if you're not familiar with it. So really just try to focus on that breath. I would really like to go back to that visualization of the circular flowing breath. Inhaling any gratitude, positivity that you have, and exhaling out any anxiety, stress, anything that doesn't serve you, especially these days we're all feeling a little confused. Just let it all out and know that everything will be okay. So let's hold it here in silence for a couple minutes. Been here for a few minutes now, so you might feel your legs are starting to open up. If you want to go a little deeper, see if you can bring your chest further over your legs. Maybe scoot your prop down a little bit and relax your toes. Just let go of any tension. As long as your stomach is in on this one, it's okay to keep a rounded spine. Just relax. And we'll be here for about 1 more minute. We'll do 3 more deep breaths. Very, very slowly roll back up. Good. Release your prop and you can again move around your legs. Get that blood flowing in your legs. All right. Let's move next into some shoulders. So let's bring your arms around into a tabletop position. Knees are directly under your hips and your wrists are directly under your shoulders. We're going to start with a cat-cow, just creating a little movement of your spine. Inhale as you bring your belly down, arch your spine and look up for cow. And as you exhale, tuck your chin, curl, and round your spine, belly in tight. Inhale on your cow. Shoulders press away from your ears. And then exhale on your cat. Really press your palms and round your shoulder blades. Good. Inhale on your cow. And exhale on your cat, belly button towards your spine. Let's do a couple more at your own pace, just flowing with your breath. Try to lead with the tailbone and end with your neck. Let's do one more and we'll meet in tabletop. Good. From a neutral tabletop, we're going to keep our hips directly above the knees. And I'm actually going to turn to the side on this one so that you can see my alignment. So your hips are going to be directly over the knees for a melting heart pose. So from here, we're just going to walk our hands forward in front of you and your chest comes down towards the mat. So because we all have different flexibility of the shoulders, this might look different on a lot of us. So this is super common where Rochelle is right now. It's common to shoot your hips back. What you want is your hips to stay forward above your knees and then the heart comes down. So try to keep this 90-degree angle here. And it's not too far forward, so right about there. Good. And then also super common is to tense the shoulders up. Really try to relax your shoulder blades. If you have any pain in your shoulders, instead of arms parallel to each other, widen your arms out in a V shape and spread your fingers wide. Good. And ideally, your chin will be forward for the ultimate expression of the posture. So we get into that throat chakra, stretching your neck, your throat. But that's not going to happen for a lot of us at the moment. So you can always use a pillow to rest your chest or maybe your head. All right, so you can turn back to the front if you want, Risha. So here from the front view, your arms, they can either be parallel to each other or spread out a little wider if you have shoulder pain. And this one we're just gonna hold for about a minute. Again, keep your stomach in tight. And then on every exhale, think of melting your heart closer down to the mat, opening up the shoulders, chest, and also through the triceps. Relax your fingers and relax your toes. Let go of tension. Three more breaths. Come up very slowly. I like to push up from the elbows. Slowly, gently come back up to tabletop. And let's send our hips back to the heels in a child's pose. All right, we're countering, that's a backward bend, the melting heart pose, especially in the middle back. We're countering it with a very, very gentle forward bend. In child's, for this variation, just relax, let your elbows hang heavy. And if you want to do a counter to that, you can also bring your arms by your side. Since our arms were in front of us in the previous one, it might feel a little better to have them just relaxed. Again, your head can be on a pillow. If you have super tight hips or a lot of back pain, you can use your pillow. Sit on the heels here. And then just relax down into your child's pose. Another thing I like to counter with, since we just had tension in the neck, once you have your forehead on the floor, you might want to rock your head side to side, keeping your third eye center right between the eyebrows, down on the mat. So just rolling side to side with your head. And let's hold it here for about 3 more breaths. Very, very slowly push yourself up. All right, you can stay exactly where you are, just come down onto your belly. We're gonna flip around so that you're able to see. So this one is a front side shoulder and chest opener. All right, so from your belly, the setup is a little tricky. Bring your right arm straight up to your side, parallel to the line of your shoulder. Just like you were to go into your full locust pose. Good. Keep your palm flat on the mat, palm facing down. And then gently start to roll over to your right side, bringing your left foot up and over the right leg until you feel a stretch in the front of your right chest, right here. Big, deep stretch here. Good. And then if you have knee pain, you can scoot in a little bit. If you have knee or back pain, I'm going to just demonstrate how you can use the pillow to take pressure out. So when Rochelle rolls over, you can actually use a pillow here for your foot if you need a little bit of height. You place it right there. Yep, I don't know if you can see, but we have the pillow right underneath of her foot if she needs a little more height. All right, so you just breathe into your right shoulder and chest. All right, so if you do a lot of Pilates, a lot of Vinyasa, this is a really good one for you. And we're also in a spine twist, so keep your stomach in. And we're imagining that the left hip is coming up to the ceiling. Your left hand, it can either stay in front of you or it can come around your lower back if you don't need it for support. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Very slowly roll back into the middle. All right, then we're gonna switch sides. So this time your left arm out in line with your shoulder, palm facing down. And then gently roll over to the left, bringing your right foot up over the left until you feel a stretch in the front left chest. Open your right hip up towards the ceiling. Good. If you're having trouble getting your head down, You can use the pillow underneath your head as well. Relax your fingers, relax your shoulders. Let's take 3 more breaths. Maybe open your hip a little higher to the ceiling. And then very slowly untwist. Back to the middle. Good. All right, we're gonna flip over onto our back for the next one. We'll do 2 more postures. All right, so we're gonna set up similar to a bridge pose. Feet about hip width distance apart. All right, and I will mirror you. This one, the setup is a little bit tricky, so I'll try to give you rights and lefts. So we're gonna start with let's start with your right leg. So bend your right knee in, so the right knee comes down towards the mat, and your right heel comes towards your left hip. Take your left hand and try to grab the top of your foot. See if you can catch the top of your foot. And if you have knee pain, you can use the blanket or the pillow, place it right underneath of your knee. Good, and relax your head. This is a quad stretch, so pull your heel close to your hip. Some of you might be here. You should feel a pull on the top of your leg and right knee. If you're not really feeling anything and you want to deepen the stretch, bend your left knee in towards your chest, and you can grab onto it with your right hand. Just pull it into your chest. So this pose is called cat pulling the tail. We're just relaxing your head and stretching your right quads. Especially if you are sore. You might have done plyo the other day like I did and my quads were on fire. This is a really good one. And this top leg again is optional. So if you start to roll your hips up or you start to lose your alignment, or when you bend your knee up, if your hand comes off of your foot, just bring this foot back down. So it's a step-by-step option. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. All right, to change, first lower your left foot, and then bring your right knee out to your bridge setup with feet hip width distance, and then we'll switch sides. This time bend your left knee on the floor and take your right hand, see if you can reach for the top of your left foot. Lower your knee down until you feel a stretch of your quads. Heel close to your body. And make sure your hips aren't twisting up or down. You want to try to keep them as square as possible. This might be where you stay, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, bend your right knee in. Left hand grabs the right knee. And just relax. let gravity bring your left knee down. Three more deep breaths. Slowly lower your right leg down. Bring your left knee back out to your bridge position. All right. Here we're going to do a variation of a bridge. Grab onto your pillow. I'll show you from the side. Press your hips up just like you would a regular bridge, and we're going to slide the pillow. You might want to roll it up a little bit. So slide the pillow underneath of your lower back. So your hips will come up. If you have a super soft pillow, you might want to stack a couple pillows on top of each other to add some height. So we're using the pillow to keep your hips lifted, not engaging any muscles. We're just relaxing here, allowing blood to rush to your head because we're bringing your head below your heart and your hips above the level of your head. This pillow is not very sturdy, so I would recommend if you have another one, you might want to use that, or a second blanket, maybe just whatever you can to create some height. Usually we would use a block for this one, which is way more effective, but we're doing it with what we can. So relax your head. Couple options here with your feet. You can either keep them hip width distance apart. Some of you might feel better to have the knees open, maybe knees a little bit wider, or you can go back to that butterfly position with your feet where your feet are together and knees are apart, but from a bridge. So it's a reclining butterfly. Gravity will pull your knees down on this one. All right, we're just gonna hold it here, letting the pillow or the blanket, whatever you have, create a backward bend. Let's take 3 more breaths. very slowly bring your feet back to your bridge setup. Press your hips up, release your prop, and lower your spine back down. And I think I said two more, but we have one more right now. We're gonna just end with a twist. This is our last one, just to neutralize and reset your spine. So we're gonna do a twist variation in an eagle twist. So I'm going to mirror you. You're starting with your right leg on top of the left. Cross your legs and twist like eagle pose. Right foot around your left calf muscles. This might not be available for everyone, and that's okay. You can have feet resting like this, side by side, or if you have back pain, I would recommend not doing the twisted legs. Just take a pillow, place it right between your knees. And we're gonna twist your knees over to the right, head over to the left. Exhale as you twist. Good, so this is another really good example here of different body types and different body alignments. So Rochelle's using a pillow over to the right head, and left arm reach over to the left. And if you have a free right hand, you can place it on top of your knees, adding a little bit of weight. Let your shoulders relax, head relax. If there's a big space between your knees and the floor, you can take that other pillow, just rest them on top. Three more breaths. And very, very slowly untwist back to the middle. All right, we're gonna switch sides. This time, your left knee over top of your right. Cross your legs. You can either do the eagle legs or knees together, whatever is available for you today. And on this one, we're taking our knees to the left, head to the right. I like the eagle modification or variation because it gives you more IT band stretch, but both options are great. You want to breathe into the right side of your body. Your head falls over to the right and knees over to the left. Left hand can come on top of your knees, adding a deeper stretch. Notice any difference between your right and your left side. We'll take 3 more deep breaths. Very, very gently untwist back to the middle. Uncross your legs. And we'll do just a quick Apanasana, so pulling your knees in and out, bringing some movement, maybe some circles with your knees, or big strong hug. Just move around the hips. Good. When you're ready, relax your legs out long in a Savasana. Relax your arms. Just do what feels natural for your feet. Let them hang heavy. All right, so stay in your Savasana as long as you would like. You have as long as you need to here to reset, calm your breath. As you breathe, send your breath to each part of your body that we touched today. So focus on the shoulders. On your next breath, send it to your hips. And we also emphasized a lot of spine today. If you have any questions about this class, I know it's hard to kind of follow along without me helping you adjust. You're more than welcome to send me any questions on my Facebook or my Instagram, or just comment on the video and I will get back to you. You do have about 5 to 7 minutes built into your practice here to just relax for your to make it a full hour class. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone is staying healthy, and I look forward to our next video together. Namaste.